Good morning. Today we're going to do an unedited assembly of the Harry Potter Dobby the House Elf set, SKU number 76421, ages 8 and up. Now I bought this set for my girlfriend originally, who has already assembled it, so I just quickly disassembled Dobby before the video, so there's not going to be an actual unboxing experience here because the box has already been opened and the packs within the box have already been opened. But with that, Dobby the house elf, let's jump right into it. I'm just gonna pour out the contents for you guys to see. The set consists of 404 bricks, I believe. So, a medium-sized set, I'd say. I'm just trying to make sure we don't drop or lose any of the bricks while opening the box. Oops. Just drop one. Box emptiness confirmed. Give me a second while I pick up the lost brick. Right there, a purple flower. And as you can see, there are no sub packs, so originally I believe these were rather 4 sub packs like so. Just much smaller ones. We've had 3 or 4 sub packs, but now they're all dumped on the table. So it might be a bit harder to locate some of the bricks because we have to find them within a lot more bricks on the table. I'm just gonna try to create a setup where, as you can see, we've had 3 packs. Packs 1 and 2 are for Dobby and his sock that set him free that he has received from Lucius Malfoy in the Chamber of Secrets. And then in pack number 3, we've had the Dobby stand, the cake from Chamber of Secrets as well, and the book of the the book of Tom Riddle, the diary of Tom Riddle to be specific. So, let me see how we fit the frame best. I think I'm gonna do it slightly differently this time around. So, I'm gonna set aside the top left corner for the instruction manual for optimal viewability for you guys. And then the remaining 75% of the table, the setup, we're gonna arrange the bricks for you guys to hopefully see everything that I can see. That will be the goal at least. And hopefully the clinking of the bricks isn't too loud. Let's see. Almost there. Looking good. Okay. So with that, Dobby the house elf going in. So we were supposed to open pack number 1 right here, which we're not going to do. My girlfriend has already done that. And we're going to start with a classic 2x6 dark gray plate. And then atop we're going to add this triangular brick of the same color, if we're able to locate it. And I can already see that this is going to be one of our longer videos because there will be multiple cases where a brick that we're looking for is underneath, hiding underneath another brick. Actually, I'm just going to put aside the bigger bricks to free up some space for the smaller ones. And hopefully that's going to make finding bricks a bit easier. Nevertheless, you can see right now in total about 400 bricks, including the extras. So So that's quite a few. And normally within a pack or a sub pack like so, we have, I believe, 100 to 150 max. Again, for an optimal building and searching experience. So we're searching for the triangle. Just gonna check if nothing is stuck in the booklet. But there is none in there. And let's see if we can locate the dark gray triangle. This set, by the way, will be very soon or has already been discontinued. So if you're watching this in early 2026 and want to, oh, there it is. Nice. We're gonna have lots of nice finding moments in this build where, like so, we've probably been looking for this brick for 2 minutes, but as I usually say, we take our time on this channel. It's supposed to be chill, no rush at all, no jump cuts or edits or jump scares on this channel. So if we take 1, 2, or 3 minutes locating the brick, that is completely fine. So I just supplied a 1x1 plate, and next to that we're gonna add this quarter rounded off square. It's also close to a quarter circle, but I would say it's rather a rounded off square's 1/4 part, like so. And underneath we add this dark gray 2x2 plate with the rounded off attachment with the pinhole atop. Let me just confirm the position, like so. And we also add one more 1x1 black plate, square in shape, the twin of the previously applied 1x1 right there, as well as an additional quarter rounded off square of the same black color. So here's a bigger one, but that's not what we need right now. We need a similar brick of a smaller size, roughly 50%, I believe. Let's see if we can locate it, potentially hiding it underneath a bigger brick bro, so to say. And there might be cases in this video as well where one of the viewers, there it is, you guys can already see the brick and is, saying to themselves or potentially shouting, "Daniel, it's right there in front of your eyes. Why can't you see it?" So we start layering our build and we add to the top. I'm not sure if it's this one because it's supposed to be a 2x3 tile, but on the image it looks a bit darker. Just gonna check if there is a darker shade of this brick. Yes, see? This is where one can go wrong. I almost applied the one on the right one, but it's supposed to be the one on the left. 2 different shades of gray. So that goes to the top right there. And then we continue the pattern with two of these quarter circles, one bigger, and then a smaller sibling right next to it. And we end this layer with two of these trapezoid shaped bricks of the same dark grayish color. So that's one. And we need another one from the opposite orientation right there. Perfect. And finally, underneath we add a 1x2 dark gray brick, this time around with vertical stripes, kind of industrial looking. Just checking the positioning right there. And socks are complete. Cute black and gray socks. And once again, I tend to say this in videos, but it's so nice when you complete a sub build or maybe an entire build. And this consists of super simple basic bricks, plates and tiles mainly, but the end product perfectly represents what it should be. So simple bricks, but relatively complex result, and a nice looking sock that we've just built. Okay, and as usual, at the bottom you can see the progress bar of the build of the set, and right now we are at roughly 5% of the build. So we start building Dobby. I'm going to put aside the sock, and I'm just going to sip a quick sip of fruit tea. Forest fruit tea, to be more specific. And we're going to start Dobby himself. Okay, starting with a 6x8 brown plate. Into the center, that's going to be the base of his torso, I believe. Into the center we add this light pink 2x2 with the attachment piece. And next to that we add, of the same color, two 1x2 plates. And that is one. And that is two. At the top we add two of these 1x2 plates with the knob attachment to the right and to the left. We keep on adding some pink, or some salmon color bricks. So atop of the dark gray ones we have two 1x2s to the right and to the left. And in front of those we have two classic 1x2 bricks. Salmon color as well. And that is one. And that is two. We keep on adding height to our build, starting with two of these L-shaped bricks with the multiplicity of knobs with some studs. I just learned yesterday that these dots aren't dots or knobs, they're called studs, is the official name. So I'm going to try to speak accordingly. So 2 times we've applied that. And then on top, we add a 1x6 plate of the same creamy, buttery color, as well as a 1x2 brick, a 1x2 plate to be specific, black color to the middle. To the left and to the right, we add 2 more 1x6 plates. So we start filling up the torso of Dobby, I believe. And look, in comes the heart. Its base is going to be a pink 2x2 tile with a central stud. And atop we add the golden heart. Right there. How cute and symbolic is that? Golden hearted Dobby. Always on the help for Harry Potter. So that's a super nice touch. Again, it might be a simple idea, but it's executed so nicely. And we hug it around, we layer around our heart with this 1x3. It's interesting though, 1x3 is a classic and relatively simple or basic brick, but I don't see it that often. I rather see 1x2s, 1x1s, 1x4s, 1x6s, 1x3s not so often. So that's a nice touch and a refreshing color within this set. And there's the other one. Right there. To the bottom we add the classic 2x4 brick, black color. And to the two sides we add 6 of these 1x2s with the vertical studs applied on the side. So that's 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, and finally number 6. Perfect. It's sub-build time, I believe. Starting with a 1x6 right there. And to the end we add a 1x1 with a pinhole at the center. And piercing through that is a black pin, or as I used to call it, a mini black lightsaber. Next to that we add this 1x8 brick, like so. And then we add an additional layer on top, starting with this 1x4 tile. Tile meaning in LEGO vocabulary that it doesn't have any studs applied on top, as well as of the same salmon color, this 1x2 with the central stud, atop of which we add a dot of the same color. And we were supposed to do that 2 times, like set here and there. So let's do the other one as well. And I believe this is going to be the legs of Dobby, or these are going to be rather. So we're searching for, once again, a 1x6 beige plate, like so. At the top we add a 1x1 with the pinhole at the center. Next to that, a salmon color 1x8. And piercing through that 1x1, the black pin slash the black mini lightsaber, and finally the upper layer of the 1x4 tile, of the 1x2 tile with the central stud, and atop the dot of the same salmon color. So we now have both of the sub builds, and we're going to attach those to the torso like so. And look, it is a perfect fit. Once again, we have three, I'm not sure what it's called, 3 stop holes right here, and then 3 studs underneath. So that's the left leg applied and the right leg applied. To the center, we cover up the inner organs and the heart with this black plate with an interesting pattern. I've never seen a plate like this. It's a 4x6, but it's only got a U-shaped line of studs defined. The rest of the plate is smooth. So that's quite unique if you ask me. Perfect. And we hug around our structure slash sandwich with 2 of these 2x6 greenish brownish unique color plates. That's 1, and that is 2. And we close off our sandwich with this relatively big 6x8 plate of the same greenish brownish color, like so. Just checking if everything is snugly fit. Let me just grab a sip of tea real quick. Now let me also grab a sip of coconut water from Lidl. If I'm able to open it. 100% coconut water, amazing taste, highly recommended. So we flip around our structure, and to the shoulder position we add 2 of these mini sub builds, starting with a 1x2 with the central stud. At the top we apply this mini triangular brick. So that goes to the right. And then the same sub build. We can locate the other triangle right there. And that is going to go to the other side, to the left. And we also add to the left side a simple 1x2 tile of the same greenish, brownish, unique color. And to the right, it's going to be a bit different this time around, so we're not going to be symmetrical completely. It's sub-build time, highlighted with the white rectangle. And we start with one of my all-time favorite brick shapes, the 1x2 oval, the cozy, circular, cute oval, a classic and a recurring brick. that I'm a big fan of. And we add 2 trapezoid-shaped bricks to its left and right stud, like so. And we rotate our structure back. And to the back of Dobby, we apply 6 of these 2x2 inverted plates. So these are actually tiles, smooth on the top, and the studs are at the bottom. So 6 of those we need. Let's see if I can find the correct position. That is 1. And 2. And 3. Four, number 5, and finally 2x2 bricks, greenish black brownish color, number 6. Perfect. And atop we add, next to those, this uniquely shaped, trapezoid shaped 1x4 brick, upside down, but it's going to be its twin of the other angle / orientation, like so. We flip back our structure once again, and we add this mini sub-build, starting with this L-shaped brick with the multiplicity of studs, with 4 studs combined. And we add to it this rounded off salmon color brick right there, like so. And we add that to the top right there. And we are at roughly 30% of our build. I'm crossing my fingers that my storage isn't gonna run too low, because 85% of my storage has been filled. And this is probably gonna be 2 separate videos of the Dobby build. So to the bottom we apply the twin sister of this brick that we used right there at the top on the other side. And we're also going to add to the center this nice dark gray 2x6 plate, like so. And we keep layering our build with this rounded off 2x2 to the top 2 times, so to the left and to the right. We add 2 more of those to the second position here, and then to the 3rd position on the right. Perfect. As well as 4 of the mini trapezoid shaped bricks. That's the first one. And these are some of the harder to find bricks, in my opinion and in my experience. And that is number 2. And you have to make sure that you're applying it not only in the correct position, but also in the correct orientation. And that is number 3 of the mini trapezoid. And let's see if we can find the last one. with the same color, same greenish, brownish, unique color. There's not so many bricks of that color left on the table. I can see 1, 2, and maybe the one we're looking for is the last one, the third one. There it is, hiding underneath a 1x6 plate. Right there. And to the bottom we add one more 2x2 rounded off brick to the left. And to the right we add this 1x2 tile of the same color. And this is, I believe, the t-shirt of Dobby, or the clothing piece that Dobby is wearing. As you can see in the varied and different patterns there too. And finally we add one more of the rounded off 2x2s to the bottom right, like so. Perfect. And once again, these are recurring bricks that we can see in a lot of LEGO builds, but using a unique logic of placing them horizontally to the left, to the right, and vertically as well, upside down as well, and then the smaller cousins or siblings, the mini trapezoids as well, in different orientations. You have the pattern, the knitting pattern of Dobby's t-shirt. So that's quite an elegant, quite a smart solution if you ask me. So we start building one of the arms, I believe. Let me just grab a sip of coconut water. It was 2 sips. Starting with this quarter circle or quarter rounded off square, salmon color. And to the 2 studs on the left we add this 1x2 with the attachment. And then to the right, another 1x2 with another attachment, like so. And we layer our sandwich with the same brick that we use for the base, the quarter rounded off square, like so. And it's sub-build time. Within sub-build time, we're going to build the fingers, the hands, the palms, starting with this 1x2 with the rod attachment. At the top we add, facing the opposite direction, a 1x2 with the hook attachment, and then one more 1x2 with the rod attachment, like so. And then it's finger application time. We apply with hopefully satisfying clicks 4 of Dobby's fingers. So this was the opposing thumb, I believe, and then we add 1 oops, and 2, and finally 3 of the top fingers, like so. And we join that to our arm, like so. And that's going to be the left arm, like so. Or right arm, depending on your orientation. I kind of use left and right interchangeably because my view is the opposite of what you guys will see. But that's okay. And now we're going to build the opposite arm, the other arm, using the same logic. Starting with the quarter rounded off square. At the top we add the 1x2 with the attachment piece. And to the other end, the salmon color 1x2 with the other attachment piece. We layer our sandwich with one more of these quarter rounded off squares. And then it's hand time or finger time. Once again, starting with the 1x2 with the rod attachment in the opposite direction, the 1x2 with the hook attachment, and then one more 1x2 with the rod attachment. That is, if we're able to locate it. Nice light salmon color once again. And that's going to serve as the holding structure right there of the fingers. So to the bottom we apply the opposing thumb. Like so. And to the top we add the pinky, the ring finger, as well as the middle finger or index finger. We need two more fingers. Oops. You have to be careful with the application because I added one and I accidentally removed another one at the same time. So it's precision and gentleness time, Daniel. Let's see if we can locate the last finger of Dobby. A magical finger too. I mean, he does a snap and he teleports, or I'm not sure what the Harry Potter word for teleporting is, but house elves can teleport even in places where humans or wizards can't. They have extra special magical powers. So we're going to apply that, I believe at least, to the left. Like so. Perfect. Next up, we're going to start building the feet, I believe. Let me just grab a sip of tea. And a sip of coconut water as well. So here was the time to open pack number 2, when the OG unboxing and build was happening. But all of the bricks within pack number 2 are right in front of me and right in front of your eyes and on the table. So we have everything we need. Oops, let me just rearrange a bit. I hope you guys didn't miss much at the bottom portion of the video. I hope you didn't have much cut off. Okay, now we should be in the frame completely. We start with a 1x4 salmon color, and to the top we add this sloped 1x2 brick, this trapezoid brick, as well as a 1x1 beige with the pinhole at the center. At the top we add a 1x3 plate, same beige buttery color. And then to the left we add a 1x1 plate, as well as this unique L-shaped brick with the vertical studs, like so. And we fill in the remainder of our space with a classic 1x2, same salmon color. Yes, that was the step, sorry. And we are at roughly 45% of our build. To the top we add one more 1x4 plate, salmon color, and to its right a rounded off 1x2 plate, like so. It's mini sub-build time, it's nano sub-build time, starting with this mini L-shaped brick with the vertical stud. Look, right there. And to its top we add this rounded off 1x3. And we add that mini build to the top, like so. And it's toe time, but also toenail potentially as well. And to these 3 studs we add 3 of these semicircles. That's 1. And that is 2. And finally, we have toe number 3. Perfect. Oh, and this was supposed to be done 2 times. Okay, let's do the other one as well. I'm just gonna flip back a bunch of pages. Yeah, it's said 2 times here as well, but most of the time I miss these 2 X marks. And I just go back a couple of pages. So we start with a 1x4. We add this sloped 1x2 brick, or the 1x2 trapezoid. Next to that, we add the 1x1 with the pinhole at the center. At the top, the 1x3 of the same color. To their left, a 1x1 salmon color, as well as the L-shaped brick with the vertical studs, like so. And we fill in the remainder of the space with the classic 1x2. Next up, we add a 1x4 plate atop, like so. And to its right, we add the rounded off 1x2 slipper, I sometimes call it. It kind of looks like a little slipper. And then to the left, we add the mini letter L with the vertical stud. That's going to be a more challenging, oh, right there. I was about to say a more challenging brick to locate, but I was lucky this time around. And then we apply to that mini L brick this salmon colored rounded off 1x3 brick. Let's see if we can find it. luckily we have less bricks now on the table. So it's supposed to be easier, but sometimes you have just 50 bricks on the table and still you're not able to find what you need. Let's see if that is the case this time around. Rounded off 1 by 3. And it's not this one, it looks quite similar, but it's a bigger brick, that one. Looking around. Within these, salmon or light pink or cream colored bricks. There's still a bunch of them though. So that's the phone shaped one. I can see 2 by, oh there it is. It was hiding underneath the shield. Okay. Sorry about the wobble. Okay. And that goes on top. Like so. And it's toe time. Once again, we apply 3 toes. That's toe number 1. And toe number 2. And finally, toe number 3. Perfect. And we add his feet. Look. On both sides. Joining the black pin with the beige colored pinhole. With a hopefully satisfying click to the left. And also to the right. How cute is that? And once again, quite simple basic bricks, but we have a perfectly representative foot. Well, 2 feet actually. Okay. So I think, yeah, we're gonna build the head in this video. Then we're gonna complete the body of Dobby. And then we're gonna do the cake, the book, and the standing holding structure in the next episode. So just give me a quick second while I sip some tea first. And some coconut water second. And we start with the classic 2 by 3. Atop we add 2 1 by 5 plates of the beige color. And to the center we add this, I think one of my favorite bricks within this set. The color is so unique, you can only see this color appearing 3 or 4 times in total. But this is such a nice blue to the eye. A 2 by 3 plate. And to the sides we add 4 of these L-shaped bricks with the vertical studs of the same salmon color. So that is 1. And 2. We need 2 more of these bricks. Salmon color, L-shaped brick with with the vertical studs. That is 3. Perfect. We need 1 more. Same color, same brick. 1 final piece. If we can locate it, there that is, and there it is. Perfect. And we're gonna add two of these nice classic. It's interesting. 2x2s are classic, but I don't see them that often actually. 2x4s more frequent, 1x2s more frequent. 2x2s, not that frequent. Based, based again on the small number of sets that I've done in my life and on this channel, but it's just an observation. And we are at above, well, at around 55% of our build. And it's sub-build time, starting with this red, this nice red though, 1x2 plate. Atop we add two 1x1s with the central big pinhole, nice blue color. And we pierce through those this pin, this red lightsaber as I sometimes call it, with the cross-shaped end. And we're going to add that mini build to the center right there. We're going to cover the top with 4 of these bigger L's with 4 vertical studs each. That's number 1. And number 2. Number 3. And finally, number 4. It's sub-build time, and we're going to do this 2 times. We start with a 1x2, and we add to the top 2 of these 1x2 rounded off slippers, as I tend to call them sometimes. So that is 1. And that is 2. And that's going to go to the right, like so. We're going to do that one more time, starting with a 1x2 plate. And then the twins, these are quadruplets to be specific, because we need 2 more next to the 2 that we've already applied, so 4 in total. Rounded off 1x2 slippers, salmon color. Let's see where they hide. So those are going to be representing the side of the head, I believe. But once again, they're relatively small bricks, so they might be hiding underneath a bigger brick, a shield brick, or, and that's version B, they're right in front of my eyes, but I can't see them, which happens. There's 1, that's the 3rd one. Perfect. And we need just 1 more. Potentially the last of this brick within this set. Same salmon color. It's not that one. And I think we've got roughly 150 bricks, 170 maybe on the table. So their count is definitely decreasing. But as said, sometimes you have a hard time locating some of these bricks, especially in the current situation where I didn't do subpacks, but instead everything was dumped on the table because my girlfriend has done the OG unboxing and build. Nevertheless, we're gonna find it hopefully. Let me just check whether it's not inside the booklet, that's for sure. Let me check the box as well. Box emptiness confirmed once again. So it's not in there either. One by two, rounded off. Slipper, as I tend to call it. Salmon color. I'm going to try to spread around our bricks to make sure it's not underneath. Oh, there it is. It was, oh no, sorry. This is the other brick that I already started to build, the mini sub build. No. Okay, so this is where it's supposed to be applied. I got happy for a second, but I was early to celebrate. 1 by 2 rounded off slipper. I'm just gonna check the floor as well. I might have dropped it when disassembling Dobby before the video, or while I was pouring out the bricks, but I can't see it on the floor either. So what we might do is we might continue the build and then hope that later on we can locate the brick. I'm just gonna stand up for a quick second, look around on the floor as well, and from the top, I'm still here with you guys. I might have a fresh angle and a fresh look and perspective with which I might be able to find what's missing. Let's see if that is the case. Interesting. Still can't see it. Still can't see, still can't locate. Okay. Checking one more time the booklet, because it's a small brick. So it's easy to lose. Oops. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue the build, and then we're gonna see if we can locate it later on. So I'm gonna add this unfinished bit to the left. And here again, let's remember that this is incomplete. So it was step 52 that was incomplete. And then let's see what happens. So to the top we add 2 of these 2x3s, and to the center I missed that step. previously here, I was supposed to add a 1x2 red plate right there. We're going to do that in post. Right now, that is. And to the top we add a white 2x3, as well as 2 brown 1x2s to the right, chocolatey brown as well, nice color. And to the two sides we add 2 1x2 plates with the hook attachment to the left and to the right. And it's L time once again. We add 4 more of these 2x2 L's with the vertical studs attached, as well as 2 of the smaller ones, the gray ones. So that's big L number 1, and then number 2, small L number 1, big L number 3, and finally big L number 4. And to the middle we add small gray L number 2 to the center. Perfect. We keep on layering our build, starting with 2 of these 1x5 bricks at the front. And that is 1 and 2. And to the bottom portion we add 4 of these 1x2 plates with the central stud of the recurring salmon color. Oops. Like so. We add an additional layer to the front, starting with this 2x3 salmon color. And next to that, 4 of these quarter circles, gray color this time around. That's 2. And then to the left as well, 3. And finally, number 4. We rotate our build. Just checking the orientation. Should be correct. We start with 4 of these 1x2 plates with the central stud to the bottom. So that's 1. Oops. And that is 2. 3, and finally number 4, as well as 4 salmon color mini quarter circles. That's 1 and 2 just checking the orientation. That's quarter circle number 3. And finally, number 4. And as you can see, here's the missing part. The missing 1x2 rounded off slipper. Let me just grab a sip of coconut water. That's better. We continue our build with 4 of these black dots with the mini pin attachment. So that's 1 and 2. Number 3, and finally number 4. It's a macro sub-build time, starting with the black 1x3 oval, atop of which we apply a 1x2 plate, salmon color, like so. Just checking the orientation. Yes, it should go right there. Perfect. Next up we add the mouth, I believe. Look, it's a bit similar to the Amazon, the part of the Amazon logo which connects the A to the Z, which is a nice little detail. And we're going to add a 1x2 plate to the center, which is going to be the base of the nose, I believe. And we're going to add that right there. And it's eye time. Starting with this semicircle of the white color. At the top we apply the eye. We're going to do that one more time. White semicircle. And then eye atop. Like so. And we're going to join that right there. Look. There's the 2 holes. Hopefully you guys have a good angle. Push that in. Perfect. One more time. Left eye. Perfect. Oops. His eyes are a bit wobbly now. But we're going to go with that. Why not? No, let me fix that. Let me fix his eyes real quick. Let's not make Dobby, drunk Dobby. Okay, so trying to reorient the left eye. Okay, so that should be correct. And then applying the semicircle hopefully correctly. Like so. Okay, that's better. Now we're symmetrical again. So we keep on adding some dimension to our head, to our house elf head. 1x4 to the top, as well as this clown shoe shaped wick, which is going to extend our nose like so. We're going to add 2 shields, which are going to serve as the top of our head, I believe. To the right and to the left. Perfect. And to the center of the top of the head, we add a 2x3. Perfect fit. Love it when there's exactly the amount of space that you need to finish off the surface you've been building. And we also have 2 1x1 plates to the front and to the back, like so. And we finish off our nose with starting with this 1x1. So it's going to be a long, pointy nose which is in line with the book, of course. Nose complete, nice. We rotate our structure. Into the back, we add the attachment piece for the neck to this cross-shaped pin. And we cover that up with 2 of these salmon-colored telephone bricks, I tend to call them. So that is 1. And that is 2. And we attach the head with a hopefully satisfying click. Oops. Like so. Perfect. It's time for ears. And it says here, sometimes I realize it. It says 2x, so we're building this 2 times, starting with a 1x4, joined by a 1x2 with the attachment piece, like so. 1x4, 1x2 with the attachment piece, and then a regular 1x2 to the right. 1 time. And 2 times. And to the top center we add 1 more 1x2 of the same salmon color. So that was 1. And then number 2. And we cover that up with the telephone shaped brick for both mini sub-builds. So that's 1. And that is 2. Oops. And to the bottom we add a mini sub-build starting with this sloped 1x2 brick. At the top we add the 1x1 and then 1 more sloped 1x2, and that's going to be the base structure of the ear, like so. And we're going to do that 1 more time. Sloped 1x2, 1x1, and the twin of sloped 1x2. And then attachment to the OG piece, like so. And finally, it's click time, because we're attaching the ears to the head. 1 time. And 2 times. Perfect. And with that, Dobby is complete. I'm going to give you guys a quick walk around in a minute. I'm just checking if we can locate the missing brick, but I can't seem to find it still. So we're just going to go with that. And the body of Dobby is complete. With the head, the massive eyes, with the long pointy nose, with the humongous ears, with the nice movable head, movable 360. That's a nice touch always. With the arms and the 4 fingers, 1 opposable thumb and then 3 top fingers for both hands. The hands are movable as well, which is a nice touch once again. And we have the greenish, brownish, unique, knitted, irregular patterned top / t-shirt / clothing. And then we have the feet and the 3 toes on each. And we also have the Amazon-like smile on Dobby's face. So with that, this was episode 1 of the Dobby build. We're going to do another episode in which we're going to build the base upon which Dobby stands, as well as the cake and the Diary of Tom Riddle. So make sure to check out that video as well. That's going to be the video after the next one, I believe. So 2 videos away. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I will catch you in the next video. And I wish you a very nice day. Goodbye.